Hello, everyone, and welcome to the San Diego 40K podcast. Yeah, I did it again. But anyways,
you did it on purpose this time.
Yes, I did.
God damn it!
San Diego K.
San Diego 40K podcast. Just reference the old times. But anyways, welcome again. We're going to be talking about some new things, but again, we have video. Also, I'd like to introduce our two co-hosts for this podcast.
Officially titled co-guests.
Co-guests. Or Chogaths. So Kyle and co-owner and creator of Tablewar, Doug Johnson.
How's it going?
And always George.
What's up?
So for this podcast, like most of you guys already know, new Chaos is coming out.
Whoa, rumor season.
Super excited.
Super excited. I don't know why I'm excited. I don't play Chaos. But, yeah,
you're excited because of the prospect that your army will get a similar set of cool happening to it in the future.
Yes. That'll be for my Space Marines, since I think they're the army that I think is going to be the next up for update in my army cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be going over rules discussion. Doug brought up some good things about precision strikes and flyers. He also will be bringing up some new orc tactics changes. Upcoming news for Tablewar. It's probably going to be just the Doug show, because we're going to be talking about Doug's new army. And then we have announcements afterwards. So the only thing non-Doug related, Chaos Warriors. Or Chaos Marines. Or Chaos.
Chaos Smurfs.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's Codex Plague Zombies.
Codex Plague Zombies. Okay, so... White Dwarf came out. A bunch of the new models came out. As much as I don't play our Chaos, models look pretty spiffy.
Oh, yeah. Was it new model stuff that we're getting is Helldrake.
Helldrake is the flying dragon.
Yep, flying dragon.
With no ass.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, if it looks without the tail, it looks off balance.
I don't see how that thing is going to really balance on the flying thing. It looks bulky.
Yeah.
Like
well,
it's going to
have the slot to fit in onto the plus on the X sign. So
it's going to fit on the flying base like every other flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like,
okay.
I don't know. Looking at it, I'm just like, I'm thinking it's going to tip over because the wings are outstretched really far. And
how else are you supposed to stab your opponent mid-game?
I mean, frankly, though, I would just put the stem on the back of the base instead of dead center like you normally would, just to compensate for the front heaviness.
I mean, I do that for my Necron flyers. I put it on the back end just because it's front forward.
Yeah, same for the Dark Eldar flyers.
But I know I'm going to look to make a tail to make it look more complete because I don't like having such an empty back end on it.
Yeah.
It's so noisy. I mean, if you look at all the design and stuff like that for it.
Oh, yeah.
All the detail trimming on the wings I don't like either. Because it makes it feel like it has like dragonfly wings or something weird. It's just weird.
Painting that thing to a nice scale is probably going to be a pain in the ass.
But it's going to need it to look really good, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Because with that much detail, I don't know... Depending on like how you paint it and stuff like that, if you mess up on some part, it'll probably be very visible compared to everything else. Yeah. The army that thing is so busy looking. Yeah,
it's pretty busy.
Another new model they're getting is the Forge Fiend or Mauler Fiend.
So one is.
Hey, I like this guy.
Okay, yeah, he looks like
He's crazy looking.
He looks like a freaking dinosaur.
Yeah,
oh man.
A lot of people have been making Tyranid comparisons.
He's a Chaos Digimon.
But they look really awesome. The only thing I don't like is on the Forge Fiend. I don't like the double hind leg thing in the back.
Forge Fiend is
the shooting one.
That's the shooting one?
Yeah. What was it?
You don't like the double leg?
I just don't like because it just feels. I just don't like the fact that it has like two leg sets. Because it just sort of feels...
But it uses its arms, which are guns.
No, like, I know, like, from a logistical standpoint, it makes sense for stability. I just do not like the look at all.
Whatever, man. It has... One of its weapon options is extra mouths that are flamers.
No, it's plasma can things.
Oh, neat. Even better. don't care about the legs.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 3 mouths that shoot plasma.
Yeah, yeah. The rule set that it has is it has two Hades auto cannons, which are heavy 4, strength 8, AP 4.
Do they have interceptor?
No, no. Standard.
So it has two.
It has 2 of those. So basically,
so it has
standard has
ammo.
yeah. So its standard has 8 strength 8 AP 4 shots, and then upgrade. And then you can. The rumor is you can switch those out for the ectoplasma cannons for free. The on the arms, and
Those
that's
are-
a strength 8 plasma cannon.
Okay.
And then
Is there any? Does it have the plasma rule to it too? So if
no,
it
it
gets hot?
doesn't have
Wow.
plasma rule.
What? the heck?
Tycho, beware.
And then also you can spend like I think the rumor is 25 points to have another plasma cannon in its mouth, or
Okay.
another ectoplasma cannon
oh
for its
man,
mouth.
how
So it can do 3.
So
paladins beware!
And-
Your time is up.
Yep.
Terminators in general, right?
yeah, Terminators in general are not gonna like it. Paladins are gonna be terrified of it.
And then for the Mauler Fiend, which is the combat.
And it
also
has that has it will not die too, right?
yeah. All the demon engines have it will not die.
Aren't they
And-
demons?
Yeah. So they count, and that also includes the Helldrake, the
It's
flyer.
the 5-up invul save too, right?
Yeah, because they're demons as well. They have a
why would
5%
I dodge
save
with the
in here.
Helldrake?
But
Just
the
ignore it.
rules for Forge Fiend is that it has a rule called Demon Forge or Demon Gog or something, I don't remember. But it basically is once per game in your shooting or assault phase you can just shooting phase. You can re-roll to wound and to penetrate for
Nice.
the entire phase. And then for the Mauler Fiend, the special rules it has is that they're both walkers, but the Mauler Fiend, which is the combat one, moves like a beast. So it has 12-inch movement.
So they have armor values.
Yes,
On these guys.
they are 12, 12, 10. And they have 3 hull points. But the way it will not die works is when you go below your max wounds or hull points, at the end of the turn, if the model's still on the table, you roll a d6 and on a 5 plus 2, get a hull point or wound back.
Okay.
And so it's cool for like the Defiler because they're like they have 4 hull points, so they're more likely to still be on the table while losing hull points, and they can get them back.
Okay.
But that's for all of the demon engines, which includes the Helldrake and the 2 Fiend models. But the way the Mauler Fiend is the combat one. It moves like a beast, even though it's a walker, and then it also has magma cutters. And the way that works is that if it hits with any of its attacks, it gets a free armor bane hit. And if it hits with the all of its attacks, it gets a second free armor bane hit at like strength 8 or something like that. Isn't that what it is?
Oh no, I'm just saying this. It's dumb.
Yeah. And then I think in addition to the beast move, if it is assaulting buildings, to get +1 to armor penetration.
Oh my gosh, that's some scary shit.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing looks crazy. It's like Terminator or like something on crack.
What model are you looking at?
I'm looking at both of them, the Mauler Fiend.
Yeah,
and-
just
Oh, yeah.
call it Chaos Machine Gun Greymon.
Yeah, dude, this guy has like, because the whole Hades thing is just like, it looks like assault cannon on crack. Yeah,
Yeah, they're super awesome.
I'm just like,
Since we didn't talk about the Helldrake, the rules for the Helldrake is it's 12, 12, 10 flyer. It has 1 Hades autocannon, so it has just the 4 strength 8 AP 4 shots, and then it can vector strike at strength 7. That's its rule. That's
what
how
does
it-
Vector Strike do? Because I don't have
It's
any models
when
that
a
do
f-
that.
Well, it's normally when a flying monster's creature swoops over a unit or 2. It can pick one of the units it flew over, and it does D3 plus 1 hits at its base strength AP 3.
Okay.
So when the Helldrake can do that at strength 7 by just flying over enemy units.
Okay.
Taking cheap shots, just like flying dragons would.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it also can't it, what's the term? It can move again at the end of its move?
Does it have Vector Dance?
No, it doesn't have
It
Vector
doesn't have
Dance.
Vector
It doesn't
Dance?
have Vector
I
Dance.
think that's like an Eldar gimmick.
It's probably going to be very Eldar to have Vector Dancing, which will suck.
Oh, my Vulture gets Vector Dance.
It's fucking Imperial, guys. Fuck Guard. Not as much as...
awesome.
Yeah, well...
So,
I mean, they are, but they're
Yeah.
plain suck.
other new units that Chaos are getting
Because they have so many.
is they're getting Mutilators, which are the obliterators of close combat. And so they function the same way as obliterators do, but they do it with combat weapons. So they have like Chain Fist and Power Swords and Thunder Hammers and Power Fists and
Okay.
stuff like
Double
that.
lightning claws.
Yeah, all that. They
Are they gonna have an
Don't
improved
change.
invul save for those guys?
The way both the Mutilators and Obliterators work is they function the exact same. Like stat wise, they have the same as they were from the old Codex. But the rules change that they have is they can't pick the same weapon twice in a row. So you can't pick Plasma Cannon like several times in a row for multiple turns. You have to keep switching.
Oh, okay.
Is that just a rumor? Or has
No,
somebody
that's
seen
it's
that?
the rule.
We got that one.
Because
We
there's
got
a
the
bunch
scan
of
that
pages
one.
have been shown,
Yeah,
and that's one of them.
Oh man,
that's interesting.
that really changes like obliterators, like how you have to use them static or tactics wise.
You can't just stand back and just shoot last cannons or just focus on plasma cannoning their unit.
Every
You
other
have to
turn
keep
you can shoot
switching.
blast cannons, right?
Yeah, because you just have to switch back and forth. And then it's the same thing for the mutilators. I don't like the mutilator models just because the face is kind of stupid for the mutilators because it also has its model preview.
Oh
up.
yeah.
It's
I was talking to Doug about this too. I was wondering how come they couldn't have just combined the obliterators and mutilators into like one like kit. Get rid of the old models,
And
Make
just
it a plastic kit.
make it a plastic kit with a multi-part kit, and just
Mm.
say, hey, look, you get mutilators or you get obliterators.
I think it's because they didn't want people magnetizing the arms and getting both
Money.
dollars.
yeah.
Same thing
And
with
plus the resin
Terminators, assault Terminators.
It's probably the same
Yeah.
reason that Plague Marines, that Noise Marines stole Plague Marine Feel No Pain.
Kits. Yeah.
Let's talk about some cult troop rumors
Cold troops. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
who are no longer troops.
Well, we could. You want to finish doing the new models
Cultists
first?
aren't
since
going to be
we're-
troops.
Okay.
Oh no,
No,
cultists totally
cultists
are
are,
true.
but
But
cult
the
troops,
cult
like-
marines like Plague Marines, Noise Marines, Thousand Suns, and Berserkers, they have their own stuff now.
What are they going to be? Elite?
They're elites, and the way they turn in the troop if you have a Chaos Lord with that God's mark, or for Thousand
Wow.
Suns if you have a Sorcerer with the Zeech mark, they turn troop.
Okay. All right, so we had the Helldrake, Forge Fiend, Mauler Fiend, Warp Talons, and the new update to the Raptor models.
Oh yeah, Warp Talons
Warp
are
Talons are neat.
yeah, they're super awesome assault marines, but they come with
Lightning claws
pair
only.
of lightning claws, and I think they have a special rule where it's when they deep strike all enemy units within like 6 inches, they get hit with like a blinding hit. I think that's the rumor.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like they pop out of the warp and they're just like, "Yo, what's up?" and they do a little.
So they can't
Knife
assault,
move.
but things around them can assault them. Right?
Yeah,
That's
they
kind of the rule.
they're supposed to blind everything that is around them when they deep strike.
What's the blind rule?
It's when they get hit. So
Dice, or
it's an initiative test for the unit, and if they fail it, they have to snapshot everything because they're
Can
blind.
they still assault when they're blind?
Yeah. But frankly, considering that it's an assault unit, you probably don't mind that too much.
Yeah.
I really like these guys, the way they look.
Yeah. They look
Again,
pretty
they're
cool.
really busy, but at the same time,
Yeah, they put that design on like everybody.
Yeah.
It's super busy.
It's
I like
so
how they
slashy.
keep the. I like how they keep the old assault marine look though.
Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
old Assault Marine jump
Jetpacks.
packs on the Warp Talons.
The way it should be.
Yeah. And then same thing with the Raptors too. They have the old jump packs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you do the right color scheme, they'd look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, those are just the assault marines. I like the way the lightning claws look, but I don't like the weird tidbit they put on the jump packs for the warp.
oh yeah, I
talons.
cut that shit off.
Heck yeah! Well, looks like it's a glue on because so you don't even just don't put it on.
No man, you take that off and then you put that in other places on the army
Like make extra chain axes or whatever.
or whatever.
It's-
What's
is
the
a-
difference between the Warp Talon? I mean, it's both Raptors and Warp
model
Talons.
wise or rule wise.
Model-wise, is there a different bit that goes
yeah.
on them?
Yeah.
I mean,
Warp Talons have a more demonic head,
Yeah.
and then the
warp talons have lightning claws that are just coming out.
all
of their
have
arm.
lightning claws?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have a pair of lightning claws. So.
Okay,
And then they have extra
Raptors
bits.
are the only ones that can. That's a pretty cool melta, though.
yeah.
And then another new model is the Warp Smith, which is the
Chaos Tech Marine.
the Tech Marine.
Chaos
for
equivalent to a
Chaos.
Tech Marine. George had that new rule where you can control other vehicles.
So it does. They don't control vehicles; they curse them.
Oh,
Yeah.
they cursed them.
Yeah,
So
they
if-
can boon their own or curse a vehicle.
And so what the curse does is it's an 18-inch shooting attack, and you roll to hit, and if you hit, they're cursed. So all of their weapons get hot, which is very terrifying for some vehicles. I guarantee that if you curse a Dark Eldar Venom, they're just not going to shoot it, because it's only got 2 hull points, and it rolls 16 dice.
I wonder how that's going to work for squadrons.
I'll probably curse the whole squad.
So an Eldar Walker squadron.
Oh, yeah, that's dirty.
They're not gonna fire
I like
anytime soon.
the buffing of their own vehicle way is I like it a lot too because
How do they buff it?
when
Yeah.
they get in base contact with the vehicle, well, it's on a 5+ they fix any result, which includes destroyed weapons.
Okay,
So,
so just like a normal tech marine.
yeah, and then also, but then they also can get an upgrade where they can make it on a 4+, and that
Okay.
upgrade also gives them a melt-a-gun and a flamer, I think.
They can upgrade to.
Well, no,
To
it's because
4+?
they get one of those weird things that follows them around, and having
Okay.
that makes it that roll on a
Squig?
4+.
Chaos Squig.
It's like
yeah,
it's like
Chaos Servo Skull.
Yeah, basically Chaos Servo Skull.
Chaos Rigger.
One of those little naked 40k robot babies.
Yeah,
Yeah, those things.
cherubs.
But it's gonna be a Chaos
yeah.
one,
It's gonna be
so
chaos.
it's gonna be evil and it has spikes
Yeah.
on it.
That's how you know it's evil.
So Warp Smith is the tech marine. What's a Dark Apostle?
It's another character, but the big deal is that that's the one where like if you're within 6 inches of it, you get to like use its leadership and I think also re-roll boon.
He's sorta like a
results.
chaplain.
He's a chaplain, right?
Yeah,
Chaplain equivalent.
basically.
Okay.
How's the model look?
He looks like the guy that has too many purity seals on him.
He's got a lot of purity seals on him, man.
Could make a cape out of that.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, you need more purity seals.
Wait, are they called purity seals? I don't think
I don't
No,
think
they're
so.
probably called like
Corruption
dispurity
seals.
seals.
Corruption
so.
seals.
Corruption seals.
Yeah.
They got the little star on them instead.
Did they redo the Havoc model, or is that still the same?
It's the same.
Okay.
They're the same, but I guess they
The
basically
only-
just got cheaper.
Yeah, the only new stuff is in there, and a lot of it's just being turned into resin.
Yeah.
Sorcerer
Havoc's-
model got an upgrade, right?
What?
Sorcerer model, or is that still the same sorcerer model?
Well, does it look like a guy with horns on his head instead of like some crazy chaos?
Yeah, it
guy?
has a horn, and then it has the chaos symbol connecting the horns at the top.
Okay. And then they fine casted all the characters: Araman, Typhus, Karn, Lucius.
The sorcerer's model is completely new, isn't it?
It looked new. I
Yeah.
wasn't too sure because
It's
Like
got a
it.
different helmet.
yeah.
Speaking of sorcerers, I think all the new psychic stuff is going to be really cool. Because I really like all the lores. Zinch is, a lot of people are complaining about the Zinch lore not being good, but it's still pretty solid.
I think demon weapons are going to be brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Brutal. If every
Well, I mean, they
every
got to be
champion
brutal.
can take it, right?
We don't know that yet.
Lords can definitely.
Yeah,
take it.
yeah. A
I
lot of
think
people have
sorcerers-
access to demon weapons. I think so.
They got to be brutal because the chaos guys have to issue and accept
Demon
challenges.
princes can take demon weapons now.
Double demon.
Yeah, that's super
Wow.
awesome.
They can take double demon weapons.
Well, they're a demon holding
A
a
demon
weapon with a
weapon.
demon in it. So they're 2
They
demons.
could dual wield them. That'd be crazy.
Triple demon.
Triple demon. It should. That's how it should be drawn. It's a demon prince like holding 2 blood letters or something.
It's not a demon weapon. It's the Skull Crusher. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So new chaos stuff. It'll probably look pretty cool.
more psychic power cards for them to try and sell you.
Yes. There's only 12 cards in the set. So
Yeah.
Chaos specific though.
Yeah.
Chaos specific, yeah.
Because it's each lore is 3 plus Primaris.
Yeah, so you got your 12 cards.
I just got a text. The Forge World has all the Horus Heresy and the Primarch up now.
Yep.
Ooh.
I saw some
Yeah.
rumors and some scans from it. That shit is nasty.
Is Angron the only Primarch that I have coming out right now?
Right now.
Okay.
I think that's the one they have the model for, but they
Yeah.
have the rules for 3 others.
Do
Yeah.
they have the rule in the book? There's
Yeah,
have the rules
what
for-
other-
They have
what
the
other
rules
2?
for 3 others.
They
They have the rules for Horus and a couple others.
Yeah.
Like I know one of
Horus makes
Horus's
sense.
rules I
Horse
really
is
liked.
dumb.
Horus
He is
has a
like
rule.
beast.
Oh,
Well, they're all dumb, but
Yeah.
but Horus is cool because one of his rules is during warlord trait selection, you choose a warlord trait from a chart, and he gets it.
You just choose it.
You just choose it.
Yeah.
That
It
makes
doesn't
sense.
even say it has to be a book chart. I want this Chaos Warlord trait. Go for it, Horus. Whatever you want.
Yeah,
the way it should be.
it's
But
pretty
he's
crazy.
500 points.
The way
So
he- the way he
he's,
should be.
he's
The
some
way
scary
he
shit.
should be. I
500
mean,
points only?
Yeah. He's like, but he's killable. He's like 2 up, 4 up, tough 7, 6 wounds. I mean, like, you can kill him. Just not in close combat. That's a bad idea. Like weapon skill 9, like 7 attacks. Don't fight him.
And I just put in my order. And it's already shipped. Dang it.
Ah,
I want this book.
it's 75 pounds.
70 pounds.
Okay,
So what
70.
is that today?
But apparently it's leather bound, very pretty, very nice.
What's Forge World quality?
Yeah.
yeah.
That means you have to soak it in water and gently
To straighten it
scrape-
out?
Yeah, to gently scrape off the edges after shipping.
Yeah, they have the Horse Heresy book. Angron. Angron is just literally just tossing his own Marines aside and stepping on a death guard.
You guys don't want to be evil? Fuck you then.
It's like, get out of my way.
It's $113 for this book right now.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
No wonder the guy who had it was so hesitant to tear it up and scan it for the internet.
Yeah.
Where's his commitment?
Not gonna lie, Angron looks pretty
Yeah,
badass.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just
I
like
don't see where the interior base is for him because he's supposed to be standing on a 40 mil base too. I don't see how they did that.
he's supposed to stand on a 40 mil.
That was the rumor that he's on a playable 40. But
Is
this is his diorama.
It doesn't look like a 40.
No, that's a
This is a 60 that he's on here, but somehow there's a 40 in there. Like you lift that off and that dead body in him, or the 40 or something.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, Angron, beefy guy. And just cause he has
Yeah.
a cloak made of hair and skulls.
Yeah.
Sounds like Angron.
Mm-hmm.
Supplied on a 40 millimeter base for gaming purposes, which slots into a 60 miller scenic diorama base for display. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll figure it out when somebody gets the model.
Mhm.
Not gonna be me.
$50,
Not it.
$80.
Not gonna be me. I'm waiting for my own Primarchs to come out.
I'll
so,
buy it for my son for Christmas, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, for your son.
For my son.
yeah.
For his.
I'm waiting for Ultramarines, Raven Guard, and then Night Lords.
I'm gonna have to wait for the Blood Angel Primarch. Sanguinarius or Sanguinius. I don't know. I don't
Angel
play
guy.
Angel guy. I don't play Blood Angels. I'm a demon player.
Oh, there it
So,
is.
Kyle, I need to know, on a scale of 1 to Sanguinator, nipple armor?
He's gonna have nipple armor.
He's going to have nipple armor.
All right, they actually have it.
I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Nifty.
I got the photo.
So
on
that
Forge
okay.
World,
So
that's
okay.
pretty cool.
I'm gonna get fig leaves or sensor bars to put on it though. On
fits
that
in there
chest
pretty
plate.
well.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's
Like you can barely tell
indecent
that it
for the
actually goes in there.
children.
Yeah.
Just pull it up and it's like, oh, he's just gonna be stepping over this death guard. He's like pushing guys aside. It's crazy.
It's rad.
He's like, move.
I have to kill faster and you're too slow.
I wonder if he ever uses his gun.
What gun? Oh, he's got a pistol on
He has
the
a
side there?
pistol, but then he has like
he
double
uses
chin.
it to throw at people. That's how he gets his extra attack when he charges. He throws the pistol and then he charges. Oh, the pistol is a power pistol, so
Such a great model.
Oh man.
that's such a great sense of motion.
Yeah, it's just like
It's a great sculpt.
guys are falling over. There's a dead guy he's walking on. Rubble everywhere. Double chain swords or
like a
chain
badass.
axes that are just gonna like hurt people. All right, so Forge
This-
World. Check it out.
Oop,
Oh,
Yep.
Doug's watching the
they had the
video.
video.
There's still a lot of chaos stuff to cover if you want to keep going with that.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, bring it up.
All right.
Just the interesting parts.
Oh, yeah. See, well, the big deal I think is going to be marks and icons have changed.
So what do the new marks and icons do?
The marks are still fairly standard. Like, Khorne gets rage and counter attack.
Mm-hmm.
Nurgle gets +1 toughness. Tzeentch gets
And
invulnerable.
shrouding, right?
That's for the Demon Prince. Because, yeah, Demon Prince don't get the same marks. They have their own dedication to God. Because instead of being a mark, they become a Demon Prince of their God.
Okay.
And they have a different bonuses for that. The Nurgle mark is just +1 toughness. Tzeentch gets +1 invulnerable save only. No extra psychic power stuff, or like no bonus psychic power.
Okay.
And then Slaanesh gets the +1 initiative. But the big deal are the icon changes. Namely,
Okay.
they no longer have the homing beacon icon.
Okay, so you can't teleport demons off.
Not
of them.
anymore, and we're never going to be able to do that. The basic one, all icons give +1 combat resolution.
Okay, so they're like flags.
Yeah, like the standards in fantasy that they do that. They have one. The icon of revenge is gives the unit fearless. That's the basic non-marked one. The Tzeentch one, the icon of flames, only on a Tzeentch unit. It makes all the bolt guns, heavy bolters, and bolt pistols have soul flare.
So that means every time they inflict
Wound, they get like a soul flare mark, and at the end of the shooting phase, they roll a d6, and on a 4+, they take an extra like d6 strength 4 hits
Okay.
because of everything's on fire. The Nurgle icon, which is despair, gives all the unit fear. And for those who don't know how that works, when you're in combat, the opposing unit makes a leadership test, and if they fail it, they're at weapon skill 1
Okay.
because they're terrified.
Okay.
Which it's not very good, especially for Nurgle, because
I wouldn't be terrified. They're probably being disgusted.
yeah, well, it's a plague.
Yeah.
Don't.
They're
touch
probably
it.
just like vomiting.
Vomiting.
That's why they're fighting
It's
so
like
poorly.
it's like they have their swords and they're just kind of poking it from a distance.
It's like,
I don't want to. I don't want to touch it.
I don't want to touch it.
The
It's like
corn
poking roadkill.
is it the corn one gives the unit furious charge, and they may reroll charge distance.
That's a good one.
But the real good one is Slaanesh, because Slaanesh icon gives them feel no pain.
Yeah, that's
That
Sure,
was
why not?
out of the.
Yeah,
I'm just like, what?
Noise Marines are probably gonna be like the best troop choice outside of like Typhus's cultist Marines, because. Well, side note, Typhus's special rule is that he makes all cultists plague zombies
for free.
for free.
Nice.
And that means they get fearless, slow and purposeful, and feel no pain.
You can run the zombie army.
Yeah, and there's now a zombie army.
That's awesome.
That is
So cultist with typhus, huh?
Yeah.
Cultists
the
with
scary
typhus.
part
They
is
turn the
how
zombies.
cheap that
Zombie
is.
horde is
Zombie
what it's
horde.
going to be.
Yep. But for the Demon Prince, the way his marking works is he becomes a Demon Prince of, and they're all cool because they all give him hatred for that god's rival, for demons of that god. So, Demon Prince of Khorne has hatred for Slaanesh demons, and Demon Prince of Tzeentch has hatred for Nurgle demons, and vice versa.
Nice.
And then-
Finally,
No more huggy.
No more high fives.
High five for all demons.
But they still get another bonus. Like Khorne gives the Demon Prince Furious Charge.
Mm-hmm.
Slaanesh gives
Strength
them
7.
Rending, Fleet of Foot, and Run. Their run moves get +3 inches.
Wow.
What?
For Slaanesh. Yeah, for the Demon Prince of Slaanesh.
Wow.
And that's actually also the Slaanesh mounts have that too, where they get +3 to their run moves.
Wow, talk about fast.
I know. And it's also because it looks like they're also making the Khorne mount, the Juggernaut, a cavalry unit.
Okay.
And then
That's
so
cool.
Slaanesh mount's also cavalry, but it has that extra run speed.
Yeah.
The Nurgle one gives that Demon Prince slow and purposeful and shrouded,
Okay.
which is I think is okay. But like if you're flying, if you go swooping because you get the wings, you can jink evade for 3+ cover save and stuff like that
Nice.
because it's shrouded. It's pretty cool. And then the Tzeentch one lets him reroll ones to save.
That's not too bad. I
Well,
mean,
if you compare it to what it was, which was just +1 to your invulnerable save, it's better. It's not as good as that if you're just doing the invulnerable save.
Does
but,
it also
But it works on armor saves and cover saves.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like he's got a permanent
So
wolf banner.
if you're rolling a 3+, it's way better than what
Yeah.
it used to be. But if it's just the invulnerable save, it's not as good as
Yeah.
the old Zinch rule.
5-up invul save still on
Yeah,
demons.
still demon. The other, and then also they have access to the demon weapons. They can shoot. They can buy up to their psyker level, so they can buy up to level 3. But they have slightly buffed stats. But the Demon Prince is way more expensive. It's 145 base, and then it still has to buy the armor and the wings.
Okay, so
And the wings are 40 points, and the armor is 20 points.
looking at a 200-point model.
Pretty
on the
much.
table.
The real thing that everyone's gonna get mad about though is that it doesn't have Eternal Warrior
What's their toughness?
5, so strength 10 hits insta death it,
Neat.
and it can be force weapon now. So yeah.
Did anything else get internal?
Well,
Eternal.
Eternal.
I'm sure, like I think Abaddon does and stuff. But the big deal is Demon Prince had it, and in fact, it was the first model to have Eternal Warrior, and it no longer does.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That really,
So they weakened them?
Well,
it has better
well,
stats.
well, has
It
better
I'm
has-
happy that they're taking Eternal Warrior out of the game because it's in too many places.
but Demons is a good place for it. That's like where it should be. Demons.
Maybe.
But like that's a lot of reason why people are getting all
So you can
huff
force
and
weapon
puffing.
it.
Yeah, you can force weapon it. You can kill it with strength 10.
You can force weapon it, and then you can also insta kill it with strength 10. Yeah, and
But neither of those are a problem if he's flying. Unless you're playing the Tau.
Yeah.
They get shot down. Or you can just bolt
But-
them to death
but
while
if-
they're flying.
The beef for flying will still be pretty solid because
So-
he can be a level 3 psyker, so he can shoot all those psychic abilities still.
I think
Ooh.
it'll come down to playtesting and actually playing with the models to seeing how well they do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even with the upgrades, losing the Eternal Warrior may or may not make the difference.
It depends on your local concentration of Grey Knights.
Yeah. Concentration.
You'll just have to
grenades.
focus on avoiding all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and with wings, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a pretty easy time avoiding.
Like the weapons, the shooting attacks that are strength 10,
Yeah.
but you just have to avoid. You can't go into combat with force weapons; they're too big of a risk. What else is there? Oh, the big deal I think is the big overall thing is that Chaos Space Marines now have the Chaos Glory table, like how Warriors of Chaos have it.
In fantasy, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a D66.
So how
table.
do you get to the table? Do you have to kill a guy in a challenge?
The standard thing is a character killing a character, or
Does it have
killing
to
a
be-
character.
Does it have to be in a challenge?
No,
Ooh, nice.
actually, let me check. Win a challenge. Actually, it's just win a challenge.
Oh,
Oh.
My bad.
Okay.
so you
if
don't even have to kill anybody.
Nope,
you
you
can
just
just
have to
win.
win. And then there's other ways to get it. Like there's the one of the Zinch psychic powers just gives the Abuni mutation,
Oh, nice.
but to the psyker. But yeah,
But there's good mutations and there's bad mutations, right?
basically, it's a lot of it's just getting special rules or stat bonuses. But one of the results, if your 10th place is the one, you get no bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But then two of the results out of the 60, how many results are there? 60 D66.
There's like 36 results or something.
Yeah, 36 results. Two of the results is turning to a spawn.
Nice.
Yeah, and two of them is turning into a demon prince. Yeah.
So
Which
I'm
is-
just gonna have this Demon Prince model on the side just in case.
I'm just having
I'm gonna
flashbacks.
laugh if that happens to like Abaddon or something.
I have flashbacks to one of the old leagues we ran
Having a
with
character
Shane.
turn into a spawn or
have
a demon
Abaddon
prince.
win a challenge. Look what happened to Abaddon. He's a spawn.
And that's why you
I
shouldn't win
squigged Abaddon
challenges.
last week,
Yes, he did.
And then you lost that game.
and then I lost. Well, I won that game.
In
you
your
won.
I
heart.
squigged Abaddon.
You won that
You
game
won
in your
that
heart.
game in your heart.
in my heart,
Yeah.
in my orc heart.
There's a lot of really good results though. Like one of them is you return the full wounds, but if you're at full, you get another wound.
Mm-hmm.
There's one where you get feel no pain. There's one where you get Hammer of Wrath.
Yeah.
You just get the rule. And there's a result where you get D3+1 more results. So D3+1 more chances to turn into a demon defensive spawn. You can have a ranged weapon have +1 strength. You can get Stubborn, Fleet, Feel No Pain, all these cool stuff.
Hey, we don't know if the demon engines are characters yet, are we? Do we? Probably not.
No, they're vehicles. But they're all vehicles. But there are things that just let's see.
Are characters.
Yeah. Also, I think the Dark Apostle lets you re-roll the boon result.
Ooh, neat.
If I remember correctly, there's something that lets you re-roll it. I think
He's-
it's the Dark Apostle.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole table just reminds me of old League Shane ran, where you just got random shit at the end of missions. And at the end of mission 4, I think every single champion got a roll on the mutation table. I just remember that my biker boss lost his legs. Normally that was supposed to cripple him, but I argued that since he was on a bike, they would just build him into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then
It's just the whole table reminds me of shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, next league.
One of the
maybe
other ones
Chaos
that I
League.
really liked was
the next league should
grow
be
a
Total
twin
Chaos.
that's a copy of yourself on your back. Guess what model got that? Fate Weaver.
How fitting. It already had the second head.
Yeah, now it has 4. So that was
Crazy sauce.
yep.
Also, Chaos have their own Warlord trait table.
That's nice.
So
Well, I think that's probably going to be a what's it called, upcoming thing with new armies that are coming out.
they'll all
Yeah,
have
most
access
armies
to
are gonna
their
have
own
their own.
armies' Warlord traits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the ones, I'm hoping that GW, for the ones that don't have Warlord trait things, that they'll fact one in at some point, especially for armies that aren't going to get an update for some
For a
time
long
soon.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. But like the Warlord trait has some really cool stuff on it, like friendly units within 12 inches get preferred enemy Space Marines
Hmm.
of the Warlord. Melee weapons belonging to the Warlord have Soul Blaze. D3 infantry units may infiltrate. As actually Airmen's.
Wait, hold on. What was that first one again?
The very first one, or
Yeah, the first one you just mentioned.
re-rolling. Friendly units within 12 inches of the Warlord have preferred enemy Space Marines. Is that the one?
But
you're
I don't
thinking
need to be within 12 inches of a warlord for that. I hate Space Marines always.
of? Always.
Xeno player.
I'm excited. I think the D3 infiltrate will be pretty cool.
Oh, that's going to be dirty.
That's probably good.
The
It makes
new
up
creed.
for it makes up for the fact that Chosen can't infiltrate anymore. Like even with Abaddon or whatever was doing it before. You have to get the Warlord trait to do infiltration
Okay.
for stuff.
Ooh,
Is there
infiltrate.
anything in the army that can infiltrate? Like as of right now, from what we know.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look
Okay.
like it. But Airman automatically comes with that Warlord trait for D3 infiltrate. And so if you
Okay.
really wanted to plan around it, you could go that way.
Oh, yeah, and then
Okay.
you just outflank with the plasma cannon guy. The plasma cannon.
D3 units can
Yeah.
infiltrate.
D3 infantry.
Oh, infantry.
So you can't do it
boring.
with vehicles.
Dedicated transports take the special rule, don't they?
It just says D3 infantry units may infiltrate. That's
Oh.
that's what the
Infiltrating
I would-
land
I would-
raiders,
I would-
baby.
yeah.
if it
I
might
would
say
say
infiltrate
that-
special rule, so that would work, I guess.
Yeah.
Infiltrate's one of the rules that you can give it to your dedicated transport.
Yeah. Then another one's
Parker.
Warlord gets hatred of everything. Warlord
Yeah.
may cause fear, and then Warlord may reroll chaos boons on that table.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice ones in there.
There's
So
gonna be some
chaos-
crazy.
Chaos
combos
is
in there.
gonna be like, you're gonna need like a little note sheet. It'd be like, okay, I have to write down everything that's going on in this like game.
Yeah, it was like
Mhm.
2 to 3 pages of all the special rules stuff.
Yeah.
Because of the tables and all this
Because
junk.
keeping track of that just like is gonna be,
They were also-
especially if you're on fire in your game and you're just like smashing faces. Like, well, this guy has this, and this, and this. You're just like, what?
I think another nice thing they did in the codex that we saw in pictures is that all the weird like special rules are actually in the front as well, with
Okay.
all the army unit special rules.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So instead of having to go in and find like, what does the Death Mask do, or what's Fate Weaver special rule, and
So they're combining the old codex with the new, where the old had all this war gear and shit in one spot and the fluff in another,
yeah,
and now they've got the fluff and the rules in the one spot, but they've also got a second version of the fluff.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the fluff, the
So you-
rules. Okay, that's gonna make it so much easier to go through the book.
Yeah. Especially with that book, you don't Because
It better be for fucking $50.
Yeah, because you know that for like all like codexes and stuff like that, especially with paperback ones, like you read it all the time, it's gonna wear and tear. So
and it's hardback like the.
Yeah, it's hardback.
They're
So
going to the hardback thing now.
So
I expect a bookmark.
I know the limited edition does.
comes with a little
Book- the
it's
book-
silver
How
lining
much
on the
more do they
pages.
charge you for the bookmark?
Like
It's like $30,
$30
but
to go to limited
you get it-
edition.
$33 for.
Yeah.
$33. But you get a
33
different
bucks
cover, silver lining on the pages. Hold on, bring this up. Read this out. So
Sold out.
yeah, it's sold out.
That was limited.
Yeah, if you
edition.
think it's not gonna sell, no, it's sold.
You put limited in front of something Warhammer, it sells.
Yeah.
Unless it was like limited edition Vespid, that wouldn't sell.
Internet. Okay, internet's crapping out. So. All right, but anyways,
Description delayed due to technical difficulties.
yeah, description is delayed due to technical
Let's
difficulties.
put up the little panel that says "We'll be right back."
Oh, the one with
screen.
like the Indian. And
Oh,
the
we're still
headdress?
recording. It's
Or
just
the
that my
one with the
internet
cat
wasn't working.
hanging in there.
Yeah, I couldn't. Get
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hang in there. Let's see. There's some other slight rule changes for already existing units, like Noise Marines. They'll probably get really popular with the way the icon
Oh
works.
man, the return of Slaanesh.
Yep.
Yes.
The
no
big.
cover, right?
Yeah. All the noise weapons now ignore cover. I think some.
Tell that
also-
Aegis line to go fuck
I
itself.
think some cause pinning.
Any Xeno, any.
Yeah, no. Did you? Okay, Kyle, tell him the Blastmaster.
The Blastmaster. I don't remember that off the top of my head.
Okay, I'm.
He knows the
Isn't that
Blastmaster.
Solve? It has
All right,
Solvo,
so
right?
it has two different ways to fire. The first is large blast, strength either 5 or 6, AP4.
That's the heavy shot.
No, that's the dispersed shot. The heavy shot is small blast, strength 6 or 8, AP3. No cover.
Range.
It's probably
30
24 or 36.
24 or 36.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty gnarly.
That is precision shot, that guy.
I think Noise Marines are going to be really popular
Yeah.
because they'll have the Feel No Pain icon.
I know, it's weird. It's
The-
like the Plague Marines got nerfed and the Noise Marines got buffed. It's
Oh.
so strange that happened.
I think the thing that people have been complaining about for Noise Marines though is that you have to take 10 to get the Blastmaster.
Oh no, I had to take 10 already good things to take this really stupid thing.
The thread about it was just whining about like I only have 6 because that's the sacred number. I don't want to spend more money.
Right.
Damn you, Games Workshop, making me buy things.
Yes.
I'll
Oh.
get you next time, gadgets.
All right.
Uh,
So the internet's back. So for the limited edition codex, it has a different cover on it compared to the normal codex. It's a blood spattered graphic. Bright silver edging to the pages and a ribbon bookmark and wrapped containing a numbered letter. The limited edition is truly an artifact that would please the dark gods themselves. Yada yada yada, and it's only limited to 1,000 copies. So they only made 1,000 of those.
Wow.
Is it gonna have the same weird special edition thing that the rulebook had, where it tells you what number it is out of the 1,000?
I would assume
Yeah.
so.
It said it was numbered.
Yep.
Numbered, awesome. What else is there? 1,000 Suns are basically unchanged for the most part, other than the sorcerer still being expensive and having to get the psychic powers from the Zinch tree, which are okay because like they have Breath of Chaos, but the problem is it's a 2 warp charge psychic power, so the sorcerer will never get to use it.
Mm-hmm.
But then it basically has access to no, Breath of Chaos is the nerd one. No, yeah, it's Bolt. That's the hell. I have the psychic powers right here. I'll look it up. The Zinch psychic powers are the Primaris is Flames of Zinch, which is a small blast with that's D6 plus 1 strength. This rumor page is wrong. No wait, what am I looking at? And it has a rule called Inferno. And it's each unsaved wound causes an additional D3 strength 3 hits. That's what the Primaris power does. Large blast with D6 plus 1 strength and no AP. And then the first psychic power is Gift of Mutation. It's on a D3 table. So on a 1 you get Gift of Mutation. So you just Friendly character just gets boon mutation after suffering a strength 4 hit.
Okay.
And then it has Bolt of Corruption, which is the bolt, which is basically Bolt of Zinch, but it's 18-inch. It's an 18-inch beam. And then if you explode a vehicle with it, it does 2d6 range explosion instead of 1d6.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool.
It has the rule is called detonation.
Is it
I
still
like
a strength
this
3
rule.
explosion though?
Yeah, it's still normal explosion strength, but it's 2d6 range.
That's
And-
cool. That's like Cyclops.
Oh,
It's
man.
like
Can you
beam of
imagine
death.
that? Like a platoon around the Lehman Ross and
You're just like,
sixes.
And then the third power.
It's like APOC.
The third power is Breath of
pretty
Chaos, and it's but it's 2 focus, so the sorcerer will never get to cast it.
Okay.
So basically, the sorcerer has to choose has to roll basically for those 3 powers
Uh-huh.
for the boon, for just getting boon or bolt, or having to settle with the Primaris with the
Okay.
random strength on it. But the problem is it's still like 50 points for the sorcerer,
Mm-hmm.
and compared to the normal actual sorcerer you get in the HQ, it has way more stats for like the same amount of points pretty much. The only difference is the invul save. They both have access to, like, if you bought the sorcerer from the HQ with the invul save, it's only like 20 more points, but it has way more stuff to go through it, plus more options. So the plus then Thousand Suns are still slow and purposeful, and still have to focus on having just the AP3 bolters and 3+ invul save and stuff.
Okay.
But they're still really expensive, so no one's
Yeah.
probably going to take them anymore. Corn Berserkers are...
I mean, we don't know. Maybe the sorcerer gets some cool shit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corn
There's no rumors on that yet?
What?
For what
I
the
mean-
sorcerer's going to get?
No, there are. The Zinch Sorcerer, that's basically what it was that it's a level 1 sorcerer for Zinch. So it has to take its power from the Zinch power.
Mm.
And so that's the only powers it has access to.
What
Ah.
weapons does it have access to?
He gets a Force Sword. You should still be getting the Force Sword.
Yeah, it has a Force Sword still, and then it can upgrade its bolt pistol to something, but...
Demon weapon? Demon weapons are rad.
Wish.
I would love to spend 15 to 20 points for a demon weapon on a 1-wound model.
Yes.
That's the orky thing to do.
Oh yeah.
I mean-
Custom Mega Blaster? Oh yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure. That's
Free.
how it works.
To be fair, if they all got the bolt thing with the beam, they'd still be pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's just still really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
We already talked Noise Marines, Berserkers. There actually hasn't been a lot of discussion about them. From what I remember, though, they are cheaper, but they also lost 1 attack. But they still are pretty much the same. The big deal, though, is the chain axes actually are basically AP4 combat weapons.
Xeno
Yeah.
Killers.
Yep.
Xeno killers. Yeah.
Xeno killers.
At normal initiative.
Yeah, it's just a combat weapon that's AP4 for chain axes.
Yay.
Yay!
That's cool.
And
Yep.
then-
And then Plague Marines. Plague Marines are 24 points per model, and they're like the exact same thing.
Without Feel No Pain.
Without feeling
No,
pain.
they still have Feel No Pain.
Oh, they still have Feel No Pain?
They just you just can't. Just Slanesh now gets it with their icon. Plague Marines
Oh.
still come with Feel No Pain as a rule,
Okay.
and they're still toughness 5. They're pretty much the exact same thing. They're just like 1 point more. But you have to do the Chaos Lord with Nurgle to actually take them as a troop choice.
Okay. Still gonna be hard to get off objectives and just sit there.
Yep. And then
Well, they're only 1 wound each still, though.
yeah. But I mean, well, with the nerf to Feel No Pain, it's not too hard anymore.
I don't know. I mean, if they're sitting on an objective and it's in ruins and they can get like a 2-up cover.
No, they're fearless. They can't go to
Oh, that's
ground.
right. They're fearless.
That's
Yeah.
the
Damn,
reason
fearless.
why Nurgle kind of got really sucky at holding objectives now, is they're always stuck at what they have basically,
Yeah.
because they can't really gain from their cover save anymore.
They're too fearless to be smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
Too fearless to go to ground. Too fearless to run away from something they can't hurt.
Yep. Yeah. That's okay.
It's like working.
10,000-year-old Master of War has no concept of tactics.
No. All right.
They don't want to bend their knees.
Well, that's,
We're just gonna stand here.
That's an upgrade that
I've survived for 10,000 years, and I'll
Yeah.
survive for another 10,000. 2 railguns later, well,
No. Well, that that changed.
See, other than that, it's fairly standard. Like the new models are where the real changes happen. We've talked about most of the rules changes.
Yeah.
Like the Land Raider is still just 10 transport heavy that you can buy as a dedicated for Terminators, I think. Still,
Everything comes with demonic possession now, right? Or something like
they
that?
all have the demon rule. Oh no, I think you have to buy it still, demonic possession. But the way it works is you ignore shakes and stuns on a 2+.
Mm-hmm.
But when a unit embarks on a model on a vehicle with it, they have, I think it's a toughness test. But if they fail it, a model dies and the vehicle gains a whole point.
It eats them.
It eats them
Awesome.
when something embarks on.
Yes. So when it gets on, something gets eaten and it heals itself.
So you jump out and you run alongside until it takes some whole points. Then you jump in and heal.
No, man. You jump in. You jump in the remnants of your cultist squad. They're only tough 3.
Yeah, you have cultists running behind.
That's awesome.
Let me look it up.
Feed the vehicle for the glory of chaos.
Nice.
And they all have 5-ups now. 5-up involved.
Yeah, because they have the
They're all-
demon
they're all
rule.
Demon rules.
That's pretty cool.
That
All
helps.
right. So next week we should have the Codex in our hands.
Hopefully somebody will buy it.
Not it.
Not it.
I'm gonna buy it.
I'll buy it.
Well, I know you're gonna buy it. I might just buy it because I do collect codexes, so it's kind of just like just reading up on rules, so know who your opponent you're gonna be playing, just things like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's Space Marines in it, so I can't buy it on principle.
It is
Yeah.
pertinent to my interests.
you'll
as
have
a
other
demon
people so
player.
you can read their codex.
Yeah. I'll mooch off of it
All right. So I think we beat this dead horse into the ground pretty deep.
before it came to life, in fact.
Yeah, and he came back to life, so we had to beat it up again. But we're going to try to stay on track again. So going on to the next topic, rules discussion with Doug Johnson regarding precision strike and flyers.
What do you got for us today, Doug?
Well, I was just talking about the precision strike rules with you before we started the podcast. And
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't using them. and
So-
it's so powerful.
They're so strong.
It's
My
so
Tau
strong.
list is, as I go out of my way to put a sergeant in every squad because picking shit off is so good.
It's great. I mean, on 6-up, you put it. You got to put it on somebody that's in the combat.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm just talking for shooting for me.
I mean, you can clean up the priests from Blood Angels. You can take out the commissar easily now. But you
Yeah.
got to remember to look for those 6s when you. It's tough. I mean,
It's just-
Yeah.
I'm still getting the use.
Yeah, no one's used to it at all. I mean,
At
we're
all.
still
Yeah.
only like a month and a half in, basically.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing I'm missing in my switch from Tau to Dark Eldar for this league is my Dark Eldar army has no precision strikes in it.
You have precision shooting in it, right?
No,
You don't have any characters.
I don't have any shooty characters.
Oh,
It's
wow.
all tanks.
Yeah,
It's all tanks and guys without sergeants in there.
but the
So-
precision strikes, precision shooting's really, really good too. But the thing is, you got to remember, if you put it on a guy that's a character, you can still look out it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, especially for like shooting precision, taking out meltas.
Take out the meltagun.
Take out the meltas, plasmas, you know, any kind of icons or whatever where they can't look out it, but you can take it out and
Yeah.
weaken them. It's huge to remember to do that, and a lot of people just forget. You got to get used to that.
I think it's just the transition because it's just like me, like on Wednesday. Wednesday was my second 6th edition game, and there was a bunch of rules that we forgot, but there was a bunch of rules that we still remembered. And it was just like just trying to get into the habit of just like, oh wait, we got to remember this. Oh wait, you got to remember to do this and things like that. So
you know, people are still throwing out, you know, like especially IG, you know, they still throw their meltas out front when they get in a vehicle blows up or whatever. They put them out front.
no,
It's
you
like,
stick them in the back first,
no,
and
no,
then
no. Stick them in the back now, guys.
stick them in the back first, and then when you feel like you're close enough, put them in the front for that one
Yeah.
shot.
I'm still running to people who forget to Overwatch when I run demons into them, and so like that's honestly where a lot of my demons are dying now. It's just dying to Overwatch.
Yeah.
Well, there's some great ways as a demon to stop
Yeah,
Overwatch from happening. You charge,
With
in your walker first.
yeah, you
and
charge
then
with
the other
different
squad in.
units. Yeah, you
Yeah.
charge in with a dummy unit or a unit that won't get hurt by it. And then when they get into, if they make the charge, they are considered in combat, so
Yep.
the other unit can't
It's
get
not
shot.
like fifth.
No,
Okay.
you declare all your charges first.
No.
Oh,
In 6th,
no.
you declare them one at a time.
You do one at a time.
Right,
So,
but you
his
don't.
walker
You
go- his
you
walker
want you
charges
declare
in,
one and resolve the charge, and then you do
resolve
another
that,
one.
and then do another one, and now you can't Overwatch.
Huh.
So if you
Okay.
multi-charging can prevent certain units from being overwatched. Well, multi-charging into the same unit rather.
Yeah.
You know, so Danny charges with his walker into the Burnas, and then charges the demons into the Burnas.
Oh.
So now I don't get all my fun Overwatch.
Yeah.
My 15 Overwatch.
Oh
template.
well. You only get your 30 power weapons at that point.
And then
Yeah.
flamers are still dumb.
Well, actually, isn't it FAQ'd where if you overwatch with the flamers, you can't power weapon? Cause
Right.
You use
Yeah, you
flamers
can't
that
power
But he
weapon.
didn't Overwatch.
But it doesn't matter. They're only AP3 now, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty rough. It used to be
Email.
perfect for charging into Terminators.
Yeah.
Now,
Un-
still get their two.
Unfortunately, in both of
Yeah.
our games, I never had the opportunity to do that multi-charge thing to prevent burners from killing everything.
Well, you didn't have walkers.
No, I know. It's
Too.
because it's a mixed bag for walkers and demons because we have so few vehicles they get focused out really quick.
We did have
Yeah.
flamers against flamers, though.
That was fun.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was a flamer off.
Who's gonna blink first? Nobody.
Flame.
They're just gonna fire at each other.
All right, you fire, kill a bunch of guys, then charge, and I overwatch you back.
Hilarity ensues.
It was pretty awesome.
All right.
All the rest
So-
of the battlefield sees is like this cone of fire.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
just a ball of flame because he blew up my battle wagon first, and then the guys popped out on the one side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for
Well-
the listeners, precision.
Precision
Work
strike.
on your precision shooting and your precision strikes.
Now-
'Cause it's a game changer. It's a
If the-
huge
Yeah.
game changer.
If the character's firing a template or blast marker weapon, can you precision shot?
Nope.
I
No.
don't think you can
Because
precision. with
precision
the
shot is
template.
on the 2-hit roll.
On a
Mhm.
2-hit roll. And if
Yeah.
there's no 2-hit roll, you don't get it.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are mistakenly doing regular blasts as precision from the hole, which
No.
it's not. It's only barrage
Only-
that goes from the center.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it
For
was.
line of sight
Oh, it's gotta be
purposes.
barrage. It's
only
Has to be
not
barrage.
Yeah.
It has to be barrage.
So Vindicators
Oh.
and like
Vindicators and all that still. You're
You
taking
still are
because
gonna
it's
get-
shooting forward.
Oh, okay.
Barrage weapons they shoot, they lob it.
They lob.
They lob it forward. So the blast hits that way.
Basically, only guard.
Guard, whirlwinds are awesome now.
Oh,
Whirlwinds.
Whirlwinds are so
ooh,
cheap.
that
and
is
awesome.
Guard.
that's good sniping because you'll get like 5 or 6 wounds and they all have to go on that center guy first.
And you can
Yeah.
leave your barrage tanks in reserve, drive them on the board, and shoot them that turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're going up against that flyer list or whatever that you're worried about keeping those vehicles on now you can leave them in reserve, drive on, drop the template.
You can move and fire barrage weapons now on a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Yep.
Well,
And
like the main
Pinning's different now. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't get the -1 for pinning anymore, but whatever.
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, the main change is the way vehicles fire. It's more or less how many weapons you get to fire at full ballistic skill.
Okay.
So basically, you're pretty much capable of firing everything now, but you'll have to snapshot most of it if you're moving.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing that because I've been playtesting. Well, with my fun list in the league, I've been running the 3 monolith list. In this league, it's
Slowly down
4.
to 3.
slowly down to 3. I was running 4 earlier, but
We
like,
started with the concept of 5. We'll see if we're down to 0 by
I
the
think they're,
end.
they're rad. And they're
Yeah.
heavies. They shoot.
no, I mean, like I think the good balance right now is going to be 3 of those, and then my 3 doom size.
Mm-hmm.
And what points? We're talking 2,000, right?
We're
Yeah.
talking 2,000 points. So I mean, I got a double force orcs. Got 2,000. I got my 3 monoliths I'm going to be running plus my 3 doom sides because I think flyers along with the just deep striking in monoliths because they're skimmers, so they don't mishap on drop putting on guys.
Yeah.
You have to move them the minimum distance because the move forces them on top, so you have to move them the min distance to make sure they're not on top.
That's the new skimmer deep striking rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way a skimmer can mishap is if you land on impassable terrain that you cannot balance on or
table edge.
table edge.
And scattering any part of that hole is off the board edge.
Yeah.
It's considered
Off.
Off.
It's not like 5th where you could hang the ass end of your flyer off the table and be okay. So that's a big change.
So speaking of hanging your ass end off the table edge, flyers.
Flyers.
Yeah.
Flyers.
Flyers.
Flyers are tricky. I mean, you got to really be careful with them. A lot of people want to cut table edges, which you can't do when you're flying on. You know, if you're flying on from one board edge, the whole hull of the vehicle and the flyer's hull is what you're measuring for distance.
Yeah.
Not the base, the hull for measuring distance. So you have to make sure when you're flying on, half of their flyer isn't cutting onto the side edge. It has to come up all the way on the regular edge. So a lot of guys, especially if they have a lot of flyers and you're pushing up on them, they want to really cut hard on those edges and then be hanging slightly off so they can get the angle on you.
Yeah.
So you can't be doing that anymore. You can't hang off the edge. It says there's an example in the rules for like a land raider coming on, and if it doesn't quite make it on when it gets immobilized, you bring it on all the way, like you push it forward. But it also explains that you have to, if your maximum distance doesn't allow you to get on the board, then you can push onto the board.
Okay.
But like say a Vendetta that you want to skim and go 6, you can't do it anymore because that won't get you on the board.
Yeah.
So Vendettas have to go more than 6 to get on the board now.
Yeah.
That means you're going to be grav shooting, guys.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it. It's crazy. It's fun though. I mean, you just fly over an objective, drop on it,
Yeah.
run towards it, whatever. Guys die. It's part of the game.
They're guardsmen. Don't
They're
cry.
They're guardsmen. They got a billion more where that came from.
So with flyers, you just got to check those angles. Go from this. I mean, if you're coming from one side, you put the ruler down on the very corner. Follow that angle.
Yeah.
Make sure they're pointing the right way when they land.
Yeah. None of these.
None of that 45-degree cheat at the end of your movement.
They're not drifting. There's no such thing as a drifting flyer.
Oh, you see it all the time on the sides, right? Where the Vendetta is supposed to be going straight down the board edge along the side of the edge, and somehow it's kind of off at a 45-degree angle. I'm like, how did you get that angle, bud?
It's like you're going in a straight line.
Yeah, you gotta go in a straight line. And then you got 45-degree arc from your flyers and 45-degree arc up and down. I've had that happen. That'd be an issue once so far, where he flew
When
over.
you're right on top of them.
When you're right on top of him, and it's like, sorry, dude, you can't shoot that guy. You can't see him.
Because he's right underneath you.
Yeah. But I don't know. You're going to see a lot of flyers, and then you're going to start seeing them kind of go away, I think.
Yeah.
Especially when
Well-
anti-flyer stuff starts showing up. Oh,
I get the feeling that, because I've been playing my Dark Eldar with one flyer as flyer defense, I feel like it's not enough. I get the feeling like 2 flyers will be your standard.
Probably.
2 flyers seems like a good number. If you put more than 1 flyer or more than 2 flyers, then you're kind of going like flyer.
Or at least you want at least 2 or 3 ways to deal with flyers in your list.
It depends what kind of flyers, too. I mean, if you have different type flyers, if you've got a Vendetta and a Vulture or something like that, they're completely different. But
Yeah.
to have, a table full of night size, I think you're going to see that going away.
I still think night size are the best transports for the.
They're crazy.
yeah,
They're
crazy good.
Crazy good.
I still think like 3 should be a standard.
3, hell, even 4 if you're
3 or 4
running the right
seems
troop
not
choice.
like
It's
it's
like-
not even when you're spamming. They're just that good.
You move 36 and just like
And then you drop them off and they say hello.
or they hop in, your transport dies. It's like, oh, they're back in reserve.
No, I mean, like, that's going to be a crazy good tactic because you can get in before or after the move still.
Yeah.
So, like, the turn they come on, they fly up 24, drop them off, they shoot something, and then the starting your next turn, they just get back on and fly off
Yeah.
before you even move the flyer again.
Yeah.
So you can just keep going, dropping off,
Yeah.
just
'Cause
shooting
you
at
can-
things.
They can get on before or after the movement of the flyer because of invasion beams.
Yep.
Invasion beam.
Then you throw in like 1, 2 monoliths. So when that night sight does blow up and they're walking on, then they can just teleport through the monolith that's sitting on an objective.
Yeah.
Here you go. I mean, there's
Actually-
great tactics.
yeah.
There's great tactics with Krons.
I actually used the what's it called, my monoliths against paladins, because I was like, that was one of the. I mean, obviously Necrons have a very hard time dealing with 2+ models,
Yeah.
and I was like, this was something that I could have done on George, and then I applied it to the game that I had against Sam and Wesley. Yeah, I played 2 players that day, but deep striking a monolith, like, since they don't mishap on like targets, I deep strike them like an inch away
Mm-hmm.
from the paladins with the door facing them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, if I hit, I'm just like, okay, D6, I'm just going to say, okay, strength test or you're dead. I get past your whole 2 wound thing.
Activate the door.
Get past your 2 up armor. Is like, and they have to roll individually too. So you can't lookout cert because it's just if he fails the strength test, you remove the model.
And you insta-kill Drago that way too, right?
Yeah.
Because it just removes models.
Yeah, it removes models. And so I was like, and you have to roll them individually, so you
Drago's
can't be
always
like,
out front.
Drago's out front. So I was just like, oh, is that Drago? I'm like, right there. Drago, go first. Don't roll a 6. You roll a 6, you're dead. So,
That's cool.
Squig.
yeah.
Squig. I can squig Drago.
I love squigging things.
Yeah, you spawn things.
Yeah, I make
Yeah.
spawns.
I'm the only person at this table who doesn't insta-give people.
Yeah.
I just shoot them with railgun. Okay, never mind.
Because you're
It's like,
filthy.
I shoot
Gino.
you with a railgun.
Yeah, same sort of
Same
thing.
thing.
Railguns.
To
I
be
love
fa-
them. It's a reason to play an army.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, though, on the Flyers thing, it doesn't really look like heavy flyer lists are doing well, though. Like
Only-
In
lists-
tournaments, they haven't been lately.
No.
No, like because for the Nova, like there's like a ton of the Necron spam flyers, and they all failed horribly.
Yeah, I don't think any got.
And
in the
then-
top
You
10,
can't go.
right?
No.
Yeah, if you go
can't-
too crazy,
You can't go
lose.
too heavy.
And then we have the flyer heavy guard list in our league right now, and he's
That
lost
list
both
is
games
just
so
a bad-
far.
He won the first one.
He won the first one,
And
but
by,
barely.
By
though.
heavy
He
flyer,
barely
we're
won.
talking
He
2,000
barely won.
points, 13 flyers.
Yeah, we're talking Vendettas,
And he
Valkyries, and
Thunderbolts.
Vultures, Thunderbolts, like
So he's
everything.
got Valkyries, Vendettas, and a Vulture.
He has a Vulture? Okay, he has a
I
Vulture.
Yeah.
think. And then, does he have a Thunderbolt
I
too?
think he has a
And a
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. And he went up against Bugs this last league and lost to the Bugs.
He just couldn't kill enough of them,
Couldn't
and
kill
he didn't
enough
have
of
enough
them.
boots on the ground to stop them.
Like
Yeah.
that's really the problem with flyer lists. Is there are a lot of these weird things that are just hard to kill because they're hard to hit, and they're just fast and stuff. But there's still not enough damage output for how much points you pay
Well,
Yeah.
for at least to make it an army of them.
Yeah.
some flyers can put out enough damage to make up their points. Like Doom Scythes, they're gonna kill shit.
Yeah.
Really good.
Oh yeah, like Doom Scythes are up there, but like for just like all Night Scythes and all Vendettas or something, you're still only gonna get like 3 or 4 hits or wounds per turn.
Yeah,
For a
but I mean,
flyer.
yeah, but for a night sight, I mean, it's a flyer, but it's a transport.
Well, I know that's why
Okay.
it works for Necrons,
Yeah.
is because it does a lot.
Yeah.
Like but
there's things you can do to mess with them.
Yeah.
Rush up, get in their 18-inch range to where they have to go over that unit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tactics involved in them. And I think a lot of people are still learning because
Though
you,
we're
know,
only
you
like-
forget to jump out one turn and then it gets blown up the next turn. Now your guys are walking on
Yeah.
when you should have, threw your guys out into the cover over there. There's just the people just need to get used to it. It's a whole nother game with the flyers, and
Yeah.
that also brings up the mismatch of tournaments now. In a probably a 5-round tournament, you're going to come up against that one list now that just is totally opposite yours. It's going to just
Wreck
mess
you.
with you.
Yeah, so I think
The
I
mismatches
was reading
crazy.
an article on Bell Lost Souls written by Reese, and he was talking about how lists that aren't so spammy are gonna be better now because you'll have a way to deal with that at least.
Yeah.
Having like
Yeah.
more balanced lists helps you have something to fight against the flyer list without totally screwing you if you fight the orc
Yeah.
list.
Take on all comers lists might see a comeback instead of just the whole spam. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
they do.
especially in a tournament setting, like you said, if you come across that one like rock paper scissors list that you can't beat because of like how your army's composed of, it's just like,
You want to be able to fight back.
yeah, you're done. It's just like, okay, that's one loss unless a miracle happens, but
Mhm.
you don't really want to rely on that.
Yeah, I wonder what some of the new big tournaments are going to do as far as points and allowing for some of the different
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see like
board
how
rules
yeah,
and all
double
that.
force
Wow.
org and
Double
then
force
allies
orgs.
and things like that, how that's going to change. Because I mean,
Mm.
that changes the metagame. So
I think, just from what we've seen them doing so far, and I guess from what I've experienced in the league, most Forge World's pretty fair. Allies seem generally pretty fair. I think the only really unfair stuff happens when you break the 2,000 points.
2,000 points brings some craziness.
I think
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are bringing what they think's crazy tough, but it's overpriced, and then they end up getting in trouble.
yeah, because
yeah.
even though you're spamming a bunch of like how the flyer guy, he's spamming a lot of flyers, he's not decimating people.
Most games are objective-based games.
Yeah.
And if you forget to grab, shoot, or fly over something because you're trying to shoot down a demon that's flying,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, you don't got a guy on an objective. And that's what happened with the bugs. He just couldn't get to the objectives in time.
Yeah.
Because he was worried about shooting down flying bugs and taking out the hive guard and stuff like that. So timing is everything. And it's with all the different vehicles where you have to move again, jump out, can't assault till next turn.
Yeah.
And the game timing is a big difference in 6, especially in tournaments. I think they found that out in the Nova, right? They had way too many points and people weren't finishing games.
Yeah.
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 So
Because the games really slowed down.
How many points were the games?
I think it was 1850.
1850?
It was like 1850.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but like the game's really slowed down now because of the way you have to roll saves, you have to start slowing them down.
You roll a lot more dice.
How much
to do
time-
a lot
just to
less
start the
things.
game,
Yeah,
it takes
how-
forever. You got warlord traits, you've got
Choosing
set up
sides, you got
fortifications, all that
fortifications,
kind
yeah.
How much time did they give them for their games?
Probably 2 hours.
2 hours is standard.
2 hours?
They probably have to
And
bump
I
it
think
to 2.5 to
most
3.
didn't
2.5.
finish 4 or something.
Yeah.
Oof.
What I heard from the guys. Now, I went to the Kamikaze and played in Reese's tournament, and that was 1,500. I
Uh-huh.
think we had 2 hours, 15 minutes a
Uh-huh.
game, and all my games finished. I think I had 1 or 2 that finished 5th, but we didn't have time to roll to see if there was going to be a 6th. But we always finished at least 5th.
Okay.
And I have to say, every single game was fun. I was worried that I was going to go there. There were going to be like arguments about, oh wait, this guy's closer. No, this guy's closer.
Yeah.
You know, for any of the precision stuff or just ranging and everything. But it went over really well. 6 was really fun, and I had a blast at that tournament. And
I mean,
think 1,500 at like 2 hours was good.
Yeah.
But you know, it was still one of the first tournaments with 6th and trying
Yeah.
to figure out rules and stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I mean saying, like for me personally, I do like the 6th edition. I mean, it's not dumbed down like I thought how 5th edition was. And then 6th edition is just like, it brings a lot more character to the game. Makes it a lot more dramatic, and I don't know. It seems, for me, it's a lot more fun.
I agree. It's really fun. There's a higher element of randomness to it, though.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also a lot more planning, like you said. You have to be a lot more careful with your timing.
Yeah.
So, all in all, I'm actually pretty happy with the edition so far.
Mm-hmm. I have to say the same. It's
Closed top non-assault vehicles are rough, and you won't be seeing a lot of them in tournaments.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This is a funny story that happened to me in my last league game.
Okay.
I was playing my Dark Eldar versus some Blood Angels. And, I mean, the game ended as a tie because he had a reserves list, and his reserves didn't show up till turn 4. So I couldn't move out, and he couldn't kill me. But what happened in the game is he had a Storm Raven come in with some Terminators in it. So I shot at it with a Ravager that was right underneath it. I hit it, I punch it, I blow it up. Not a Ravager, with a Raider.
Okay.
A Raider full of witches. I hit it, I punch it, I blow it up, it explodes, it crashes onto the Raider explodes, the witches get out, the Terminators get out. Like, I guess that was an assault vehicle, so I'll charge your Terminators with the witches.
Yeah.
It was funny.
That's crazy. How far did it move?
It's got like 2 inches.
No, how far did that vehicle move during your movement phase, though?
It didn't.
Then, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's really hilarious, George.
Well,
It was
I had
super fun.
that.
The witches then proceeded to lose combat to 2 Terminators and then run away. But it was really entertaining that I got to declare that charge.
I had that game against Kelly in the RTT where my Knob Bikers wrapped his Land Raider.
Oh, that's so
Didn't
dirty.
blow it up. Only did a couple hull points to it, which was shocking. And then he had to tank shock me to get out from them being around them, and now he can't get out because the new tank shock
He
rule
tank
is
shocked.
you tank shock, you can't embark or disembark. So that's rough. You can just wrap vehicles
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they'll never come out.
So Land Raiders,
Oh, that's what she said.
Land Raiders beware.
yeah. Gotta be very, very, very careful of where you place your Land Raiders.
Nice that, I mean, just get your guys out before.
Yeah.
And, well, with 6, you really have to think, okay, where's my opponent going to go if I move there?
Yes.
And you have
And
no
how
yeah.
close can they get to me?
And you have no excuse because you can pre-measure everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So since we're bringing up like tactics and things like that, so we'll talk about the orc tactics. About the Doug's opinion on the upcoming orc trucks.
Well, I think any orc player needs to revisit trucks for their list because
so fast.
they're so fast, and you can get over into your opponent with it. Everybody being shooty. If you have a total, if you throw in 3 or 4 orc boys in trucks, I mean, 26 inches, you're in his face. It's the ramshackle rule. So when an orc truck blows up, it's only strength 3 for the guys inside instead of strength 4.
Is it strength 4 even for open top now?
It's strength 4 for open. So my battle wagons is strength 4. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But trucks, it's still 3. And you can even ramshackle closer to your opponent. Throw gas in your list.
Oh God.
Everybody's fearless. So if you get a lot of explosions, I mean, if you throw 3 or 4 trucks, you're going to have cover. And I was discussing this with a friend. I mean, 50% of the games are going to start at night fighting now.
Yeah.
So even if you don't go first turn, you're going to be able to get maybe a 2-up cover save on all your trucks.
With a custom force field behind it.
You don't need a custom force field. Just cover plus shrouding.
Yeah?
If you're 24 inches away from anything that's strength, heavy strength.
You're
going to get a decent
You're
cover.
going to get a decent cover on all your trucks.
Yeah.
For that first turn. And then you're flying them 13 inches because you got red paint during the movement phase, and then another 13 because you got red paint during the flat out. So you're going 26 inches, and now you're in his face.
Yeah.
And you can assault next turn. You ramshackle even closer.
Then it's like you're not going to fail the charge.
You're not going to fail it. You're not going to fail all of them.
Yeah.
Now, you could ramshackle the wrong way, but like...
Actually, that's really low chance of that happening.
Yeah, but then you're taking multiple trucks to account for that. So, I mean, even if one ramshackles the opposite way, you still got 2 or 3 other trucks coming your way, and I'm just like, well...
And they're all open top, so you get to assault if they blow up.
Yeah.
So...
You can call a wah by then.
You can call a wah by turn 2 because you just flew turn 1. And if they're one of the flying armies, or most of their stuff's up in the air, you get into assault with them
on their back table edge. They can't even.
Back table edge.
They can't even turn
You're
around
stuck
to
in
deal
assault
with it.
on some of those guys for a turn or 2, so they can't shoot at you anyways.
And then you're so far on their side of the table, their flyers can't even turn around to shoot you.
Nope.
Throw a knob biker squad in there so you can zip back across the board if you need to for something.
Maybe some storm boys because they're stupid fast too now.
Yeah, storm boys are fun.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of fun stuff with orcs. They still took quite a few hits. I mean, if you want to be safe, you can have have only 10 guys in your truck, or possibly 11.
Yeah.
And then when it blows up and they start shooting at you while you're in the crater, you can go to ground if you only have 10 guys because you're not fearless.
Yeah.
That's true.
So there's different tricks you can do with the orcs. Shootas instead of slugga-choppas are nice, so you can get the overwatch if they charge you.
Yeah, it's a lot of shots.
And then gas, and just throw gas with a squad of 10 boys, and then you walk up, and then you shoot down a demon prince and challenge it, and you get 2 rerolls. So you so you got your 2-up imbols, and then you get 2 rerolls just in case you fail one.
It's like, I charge you. You're the only one there. You have to accept it. Oh.
I challenge you. And then the 10 orc boys are like, go gas, go gas. Reroll. So
Gazgul and cheerleaders.
Gazgul and cheerleaders. I think you're going to see that out there. It's a really...
Model that.
It's fun.
Model them with pom-poms.
That's how they're going to...
That's all they're good for, man.
Dude,
they're awesome.
They have those models.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Blood Bowl.
From Blood Bowl.
my God.
Blood Bowl cheerleaders.
That's awesome.
Yes.
They have orc cheerleaders.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Totally.
Perfect.
So let's see, what else was there?
And it's a valid GW model, so you can use it in tournaments.
Awesome.
Well, I don't think you're going to have any GW tournaments anymore, so...
Well,
with them canceling Ard Boys, you kind of hope they're gearing up for something of their own.
I would hope so, but I mean, what was it? GW's stance on that now is they're not doing those things, and they're letting it just happen by third parties. So, like...
And third parties don't have that.
Yeah, third parties usually don't have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want to see conversions and cool stuff.
They want to see cool shit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are still for like Forge World stuff. They're requiring a
Forge World model.
an actual Forge World model for the Forge World rules and stuff like that right now.
Just because they don't want people showing up with drop pods and being like, these are Lucius pattern drop pods. And
Yeah. Here's a tin can
Yeah.
with an Aquila on the side. This is my Lucius. Stuff like that. But I mean, I don't have a problem with any of the Forge World stuff.
Me neither, man. They're still like pretty well priced for what they do, and even though they do really good things.
Some
Yeah.
of them do. Some of them do good things and scary things. I've been playing. Everybody knows I've been playing with the breaching drills.
Yeah,
terrifying.
those things
And
are terrifying.
It's sucky when it scatters, mishaps, and your opponent places it on top of your Colossus
Yeah.
and platoon command squad and vaporizes them all. It's like
Yeah.
it doesn't scatter. No, it doesn't scatter. Okay, so I can get all those guys. Yeah, you can get all those guys and the Colossus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Yep.
dead. And now and then you wait for the next turn for the vets to come out of the hole, and they got a long way to walk.
The only problem I don't like about that Lucius drop pod is because that's the Forge World model one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
is
big.
Yeah, I have that drop pod, and the joints on that thing is just it's designed really poorly, in my
It's a
opinion.
pain.
Yeah, because the thing is because it's a big block of resin, and then the joints for the doors and stuff like that, it's like that small. So
Little nothing knobs.
they're like little knobs. So if
You have to repin it, right? You have to cut those off and just.
you got to
Put a
either
pin
pin it
there.
or something, because it's not a fun model, and if it gets damaged in any way, then you're pretty much because like my doors are closed shut. I just super glued it shut. But I will say like you can shoot through it, that's fine. Whatever the cover state is, you always have line of sight, regardless of like how it's facing.
I have yet to see one in a tournament,
Yeah,
but I think they're totally viable.
yeah. I have one for my Ultramarine army, because I painted it for them originally before I had my Raven Guard. So, but just having one drop out and then having Ironclad just pop out and be
Yeah.
like fire everything and then charge, it's just like
There's a fairly new Chaos model that both Chaos armies can get called the Decimator, and it's like a super dreadnought. And it's
Yeah,
also
that
modeled.
thing's rad.
Dude,
looking.
like I've been looking at it, it's really cool because it has a lot of really cool rules and stuff. Like
yeah.
like the fist comes with flamers or heavy flamers, but it has a rule where if it's assaulting a transport vehicle, you get flamer hits on the crew inside.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
And then also because it's chaos, it can take marks, and the Nurgle mark is giving it will not die. But it comes with a special rule where when it hits 0 hull points, it doesn't die. It just falls over and it waits to come back up until you roll a 5+.
What
But the best no.
fuck?
But here's the thing: it will not die. It also just says as long as the model hasn't been removed, you make the test. So with both rules, it can hit 0 hull points and it makes both tests until it gets back up.
That's dumb.
Such
I
a
hate
rad
models
looking
like
model.
that.
It's so fun, but it's like a 200-point model still, and so it's
I know how to fix that problem. The same way I fix every problem with models that stand back up. I cover the ground around it with croûtes so it doesn't have any place to go, so it gets removed.
I thought the new rule for those kind of things, you do it as close as possible. Let's get
Yeah.
Oh, is that in the main rule book or is that in
Isn't that in
the?
the main rule book for
um
how does it do it for what's the rules? What's the FAQ say for all the crons? When like a cron
I
IC
think the cron's
Gets
is
back
within
up.
3 inches.
It's within
Yeah.
3
3,
inches.
so if you cover within 3, it's dead.
That's how we've been playing it before. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's actually changed.
well, it can't just stand up where it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like, and I haven't seen anything. Well,
And what about what's her name from Sisters? Because she's always
Saint
popping back
Celestia.
up.
She's such a whore.
yeah,
I played against that. It's like, oh, pop back up.
Like-
Follow your
Well,
order.
it's
Not
like
gonna
flame
lie.
them.
it's her, it's Necrons, and it's
she
also
seems like a really
Yarrick.
good reason to just take sisters' allies.
No, you take her as your war boss, as your
Warlord.
war leader.
Well, but then you have to have the rest of your army be sisters.
Yeah.
No, you can but you can ally.
No, you just take her and like an Inquisition troop squad or some bullshit.
Yeah, but just have her be your warlord, have a small primary, and then you can take IG as your allies and
Yeah.
2 platoons, a flyer, and a heavy squadron, and you're good to go.
I have to admit, I finally got around to looking at the update to Sisters of Battle because I played them for a brief period, and I like how everything has a 6+ impulse save, including the vehicles. I really like that rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, there's so many crazy combinations you can do with 6. I think it's pretty fun. But you get bad matchups.
So we're looking up the standing up rule.
Necrons say 3 inches.
Necrons say 3 inches from the counter.
You
It
know
doesn't
what?
say
For the
anything about-
decimator thing, I would probably say it in its special rule
It'll probably mention
how it
gets
stands up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. So, moving on. Upcoming news from Tablewar.
Oh, Tablewar. Let's see.
Anything new?
Tablewar is getting ready for another phase of products that are going to be coming out soon. So we're going to be doing a lot of custom designed diorama trays with the bases embedded into the diorama. So you're just gluing your models on top there, and it seamlessly fits in, almost kind of like the new Forge World model, where
Yeah.
you have the base, the playable base that fits right into the tray,
Yeah.
and then it'll have all the magnet holes and stuff in the bases ready to go. And stuff
That's
like
cool.
That. So we're looking forward to that. So there's going to be a complete customized system for all different types of terrain pieces.
Very cool. Very cool. And then, so anything else new besides that? Or
Oh, that's been taking up a ton of time right there.
okay.
So that's what we're working on next. So
Any upcoming deals or sales?
well, what's this is October now? Almost October.
We're
Almost
in
October. We got 2 more days till
almost
October.
We did a big Black Friday thing last year. We'll probably be doing that again.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool.
Sounds
So
good.
That'll be coming up.
Keep
And
that in mind, guys. Black Friday, November. Save your money.
Yeah, we'll be posting stuff about that too
Yeah.
on all the different websites and stuff.
All right. Cool. 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 So, heard you got a new army.
Yeah, I finally ordered my Death Corp army. That's been the dream army since I started. So I started, my first army was Space Marines. And then
Bandwagon. Just messing with you.
it was that or Chaos, right? I mean, everybody always starts with Chaos or Space Marines,
Yeah.
typically.
Power
The
arms.
majority.
Majority of people start
Majority.
with Space Marines.
And, I got them and Orcs at the same time. But when somebody showed me Forge World and I saw the Death Corp, I was like, oh, I need those. I want those.
Yeah.
Those are
One
so rad.
day.
One day.
Someday. So that day happened a couple weeks ago. I finally got my order in.
Yeah.
So I'm building them up. And I'll probably be taking those to tournaments.
Yeah.
I've been playing IG for a while. We've got the IG army that we have, the Acadians. So we've been using and so, I mean, I just like IG. They're fun. I like all the vehicles, but the Death Corp. Now I don't know if I'll be running as a Death Corp with the Death Corp list,
Mhm.
where I can have an actual HQ that's a tank. That'll be fun with the new rules. So
Like you get a
I'll
tank.
probably end up just running them as IG at first, but we'll see how tournaments start playing with some of those Forge World lists, and if they're allowing them, which it seems like most of the stuff, like the Bay Area Open, the Frontline Gaming guys they're completely open right now, so they're using all Forge World and everything. So I got
Yeah.
a Vulture with the Punisher cannons. That'll be fun.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
Punisher cannons are cool.
When you're ballistic skill 4 against things on the ground and you're twin linked.
That's so
strength 5.
good. So good.
Do flyers get +1 BS shooting things on the ground?
The
Strafe-
Vulture.
Vulture does.
Oh, just the
It's a
forward.
Vulture rule.
Strafing run, right?
Yeah, straight from run.
Yeah.
So
okay.
so it's ballistic skill 4. So you got 23 shots. 20 of them are twin linked. Strength 5, AP dash. So
It's like you're gonna kill some infantry.
you're gonna kill some infantry. You could even You could even hull point a flyer to death if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All the crons are 11, right?
All
Yep.
crons are 11.
So you could if you needed to, but it's basically swoop down, take out some infantry.
If you shoot flyer to flyer, do you still get your jinx save?
Yeah.
Okay. Just double check it. Because I wasn't too sure if that went away
Yeah.
with flyer to flyer combat.
Well, yeah, you still have to do the evasion to get it, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we were talking about the Skyfire earlier.
Oh, yeah. Skyfire earlier. That was one thing that I didn't know that I kind of let Wesley do is like with the whole Skyfire rule. If you choose to shoot a flyer, you have to shoot the flyer. Or if you shoot a ground unit.
You have to
you
choose at the
choose to
start of your
Skyfire or
turn.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't
The
have
whole vehicle
interceptor, if you're sky firing and you don't have interceptor, you hard to hit ground units.
Yeah.
So his bolters that were shooting your ground units would have been snapshot.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a similar problem in my game where I forgot that once a flyer evades, its shots next turn are snapshots.
Yeah.
So.
Flying players tend to forget that after they evade.
After I evade, I usually.
But
fly
I
off the
honestly
board.
forget it sometimes too.
Yeah.
I mean,
usually
But
my
I'm
flyer
old,
comes
so
on, I
I
shoot
forget
something,
stuff.
and then I fly it off the table.
I fly it off the table too. I was like, I don't want you. You're
not
kind of
safe
used.
here.
It's not safe. Get away. Come back next turn.
Show it back.
DACA jets evading all the time and still twin
Oh
linking.
man, they don't give a
They
shit.
don't care. DACA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love the
I mean, they don't aim in the first place.
DACA jets are so
Yeah.
fun. I want my DACA jet army.
Yeah.
I could handle like 3 of those easily. 6 maybe. Nah,
Yeah.
probably even on a double force. I don't know if I'd take 6.
Oh, here's something that you guys know if you fight against the Necron flyer list. So with the Tesla Destructors, if like it destroys the unit completely, it doesn't arc. So you know how it jumps to
Ooh.
other units?
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't arc because you have to have at least one unit there.
You have to, I guess you have to be able to measure
They have focal point.
from.
Yeah, from
Where
a
the
model.
lightning's
But if there's no model, if there's no more unit there that the initial target was, then the arc doesn't happen.
And
Huh.
if you're snap firing, you're not shooting your doom
Yeah.
Right.
or your death ray. I mean,
Yeah, no death ray on the
That is
snapper.
a 1
And death
millimeter
ray is-
wide template.
and death ray is a 45-degree arc.
Is it really? Is
45-degree arc and 45-degree up and down arc.
Now,
It is not a turret weapon.
okay, yeah, but
It's not a turret
45
weapon.
So that dot has to be within
but the
its
weapon
arc.
doesn't describe that. So is that in
Because
the,
it says because the range of the weapon is 12 inches.
12 inches from the barrel of the gun.
Yeah. So how do you measure 12?
12 inches would be, if you're here, 12 inches from the end of the barrel of the gun to your point is 12 inches along its arc.
And,
It's just like every other shooting weapon. You can only put it down where you can see, and that gun sees 45-degree arc, not anywhere around anywhere of the hole.
I'd want to measure that because I don't even know if that point is if 12 inches is within 45
it
degrees.
is. 45 degrees is.
Sure.
It's
From
45 degrees is like 4 or 5 inches in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, you're only what? So you're like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
it's not bad.
And you're right around.
It's like
you're
2 or
right
3
in there.
inches in front of you.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
But you don't have a lot of play with that. And especially if you're flying over something and you get the bad angle and you just, okay, you know you can only go 90 degrees, so you run your guys at him, and then you're underneath that dang death ray.
Yeah.
So, but what else? That comes up with the vendettas too. The up,
Well, I can
and, the up
understand
and
the
down
vendettas.
45-degree arc now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, do I have to go into hover mode or?
So even if the rules in the codex say choose a point anywhere within the range of the gun, because it just says choose a point within the range.
Oh, that's what it says?
Yeah.
Choose a point.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
why-
if it says choose
Yeah.
a point within the range, then it's going to
and
be.
the range of the gun is
It's
within
going to be
its
within
firing
the
arc.
fire arc, yeah.
The
Okay,
fire
that
arc
makes
is
sense.
that's your only range.
I thought it said choose a point within 12 inches of your model's base.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then
It said,
in that case.
yeah, it says choose a point within. I'd have to bring out my codex. It's in my room, but
We can look it up. I have it
yeah.
on my
Well,
phone.
look. Oh, you have it in there? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and look it up.
We'll get to that.
Oh yeah, I'm looking it up. Continue.
And then so
Any other strange new 6th edition rules you guys have stumbled onto?
Wrapping
Yeah.
vehicle. Yeah, the whole tank shock. Everybody read tank shock and
Yeah.
and ram.
yeah.
I
that's a big
definitely
deal.
stopped buying the tank shock upgrade for my Dark Eldar Raiders. I don't need it.
Why?
Because Raiders are the ones with, like, witches inside of it. So, why would I tank shock
And then
Then
we'll
I
not be able to
charge
get out and
when I
charge.
could just fly over them, get out and charge?
Well, you fly over them, you get out, and then while they're in close combat, you're swooping around, smashing the crap out of other vehicles.
I also stopped buying the 5-up invul save.
Plus
You
you, get
don't-
plus you get a 5-up invul.
No, I stopped buying that
Oh, you stop buying it.
because I get that from moving. I get the 5-up cover for moving.
You don't get cover saves in a tank shock though.
I know.
But you could do a full on ram into something, blow the crap
The
out
thing
of it,
is
then
that-
get your 5-up so you
well,
survive
that's
it.
another 15 points per tank. and the
It's
Dark Elf,
15 points.
it's
Oh,
10 for it's
yeah.
5 for the ram and 10 for the 5-up save.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, I found
And the
it.
tank's already 60
Okay.
points for 10,
What's
10,
it
10
say?
open top.
It is nominate a point on the battlefield anywhere within the weapon's range.
And
So
the
it's
weapon's
gonna
range,
that's
the 45
gonna
degree arc of the weapon.
so that's gonna be the
that's its
mark.
only range.
Gonna be in there. Yeah.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
So that's another one
Okay.
for people to pay
That's
attention
big.
to. It's huge because with the 90-degree movement, you can
pretty
really shut
restricted.
down those dooms. You
Yeah.
hurry up and get in. If you're an orc player, you hurry up and get in combat. And then the next turn, consolidate closer to.
You gotta
to
be
the
careful
dome.
though because you can't shoot that beam backwards.
They can't shoot it back at the flyer.
Well, he can shoot it that direction, but he can't hit his own base. If the beam doesn't say it has to go
Forward.
forward.
You
Right.
said choose
Does
a
it say
chooses
it specifically says he can't hit his own base too?
Well, no, it doesn't
Well, no,
say
it
that
doesn't
at all.
say that.
Actually.
It's just you can't place templates
So,
and
like-
stuff on your own models.
That one says you can.
It implies that you
can.
can.
That one specifically
It
says
implies
you
that you
can
can.
hit
You can hit friendly
friend and
models.
foe.
Does it?
Yeah.
Alright.
And it won't hit the flyer because the flyer's flying.
Flying.
flying
Yeah.
So you just have to be careful with the doom,
Yep.
the scythe, the doom thing.
because you choose any direction
Because
and
he
it
will-
just goes
you
that
choose
direction.
any direction, but you still have to be able to
Yeah,
put
the
that.
focal point is
So
The
you
still
focal
in
point,
that
the
here.
focal point will be there, but
The
you can
focal
still
point
shoot
will
it
be here,
backwards.
but
You can still try to
still
shoot it
try
back.
shoot backwards
Yeah.
and go
But
for
if
that
you spread out your
18.
guys like this, he's going to hit one guy.
Yeah.
You know. So, and thank God they can't hover.
No,
would
they
be
can't.
Oh
horrible.
god, that would be terrible.
If they could hover, then
I changed my mind. I want to kill you right now.
Yeah.
just like screw that. We're hovering.
And I want to see more drop pod armies.
I think
For
drop
that-
pod
for that
armies
first turn
Honestly-
super strong.
Honestly, now that drop pods are really good, and I think a lot of people are done testing to see if mechanized still works, and now they're
Like,
gonna start testing new things.
Stern guard
Yeah.
armies, I think, are really strong right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could totally see Death Corp with my Stern Guard.
yeah. Death
Allies.
Corps, Stern Guard.
Yeah.
You'll
Just
see
just
the
to kill some
upcoming
prawns.
salamanders coming back again.
twin linking.
Twin linking or Pedro Cantor's drop potting list with
I think
scoring Stern Guard. So I mean,
Pedro with Stern Guard is pretty nice.
yeah,
Throw in an assaulting drop podded dread just for fun.
yeah.
I mean, there's just so much fun craziness now.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this game. It changes. I mean, like you were saying, it's a brand new game, so everything changed.
Yes, go spend a lot of money on it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for all those guys with old armies, with old large armies, you
Bring
can
'em
start
back.
you start bringing stuff off the shelf again.
Yeah, and you throw in an ally unit just for fun.
Yeah.
You know, one HQ, one troop.
See how it works.
Start testing that stuff out.
One HQ, one troop. Being Marnius Calgar. That'd be kind of cool.
Everybody wants a broadside on their team.
Yeah.
No,
IG with a couple with a mana core.
Ah.
Manticore.
Colossus. Now the Colossus is
Oh, the
pretty
Colossus is such
Yeah.
a
Colossus.
good tank.
I started running that, and
No one likes seeing the Colossus. I don't care what army you have. You see a Colossus and you're not dry going, you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not all Terminators, it's rough, especially when it sticks. If you can blow
Yeah.
up a vehicle and then get that to stick on the crater,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
That's
beautiful
a lot
thing.
of dead guys.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. So, and then keeping the stuff in reserve to drive on and shoot. That's so cool that I can, keep those mana cores alive now. And people do it with Hydras too.
Yeah.
So, your Hydra doesn't have Interceptor, which is kind of weird, but if you're going up against a flyer, again, they've got first turn, you can just put the Hydras in reserve.
You could do that with a Death Strike
know,
missile too.
Reserves are,
Right?
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Take an Astropath, increase your reserve roll, and then on a 2-up they come up. And just drive on, roll to see if they fire.
no, I would definitely take guard allies.
It
just
doesn't
for
matter
that.
that they don't have to start on the. You don't start keeping track of their roll to see if they fire being on the board, do you?
Oh yeah, you do. So if they have to be on the board for one turn, but they always go off on a 6.
It always goes off
It-
on a
it-
6.
Yeah, you
the,
roll.
the way it works is if they go off on a 6 and you modify your result by like how many turns they've been on the table.
Yeah.
Been
or-
on the table.
That been on the table. So if they come on the board turn 2, you need to roll a 6 to go off. But if they've been on the board since turn 1, you're rolling on a 5 or 6, so a 1/3 chance.
Yeah, but at least if you keep him, if he's got first turn,
Yeah.
put him in reserve.
Put them in reserve, or you can buy camo cloaks for them. Night fight first turn.
Camo cloaks are nice with the whole
Are-
first turn, can't see 36 inches now.
Oh yeah.
Searchlights are key. That makes it tough for IG with barrage too.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to throw.
You know what? I like that though, because the IG barrage alpha strike list was really strong, and I like that there's a bit of a your army won't all die turn 1 to this.
Yeah.
For the night fight.
You can still do it though.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
can
you
still
still
do
do
it,
it.
but it's
It's
a
not
lot
as
harder for
powerful
it to
as
happen.
before.
I like that they balanced it a bit.
You just have to make sure you either have, you know, a chimera with your platoon command squad, so you can zip forward and put a searchlight down and then
Yeah.
drop them, or you can put Harker with a transport and have him infiltrate right in their face,
Harker.
Yeah.
or the Sable defense line, twin link las cannons with a search. You know, you can just do a searchlight upgrade and just put 2 of those, you know, one of those in each corner and light something up too. And that's the rough thing with IG is night fighting and orders, because you have to give orders before anything else.
Yeah.
So you can't
searchlight
with a vehicle
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
give orders. So that's where the Sable the Saber defense lines come in, because they're a heavy weapons team upgrade.
Yeah.
You give them an order. They have a searchlight. They'll light something up, and then you can keep giving orders.
Yeah.
But it's the night fighting really messes up. If you go up against Emotech with IG,
Ouch.
you're not giving like shooting orders. You're giving, you know, get back in the fight.
Get back fight orders or
whatever.
take cover orders.
Take cover orders, stuff like that, which you can still totally use, especially
Yeah.
against flyers swooping over you. You can put everybody to ground and then get them all back up again. But
Yeah.
that night fighting with the orders rule, that's a rough one for IG.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've got some upcoming tournaments around San Diego.
So
What do you got first, Justin?
So announcements for the month of October. Game Empire is having a 40K tournament October 6th, so it's pretty soon. It's going to be 1850 points, normal force org, so whatever's out of the book. At Ease is having a fantasy tournament on October 6th also. 2400 points. And then on October 20, they're also having another fantasy. So they're having a double fantasy month, that thing. So it's the same thing, 2400 points. And then over at Paradise, they have a team tournament on October 20.
1250 each person, like the
1250
normal format.
Yep, 1250 each person, normal format, normal force org out of the book.
So
So
you could take allies.
you can
with
take
your
allies.
team.
So you can have potentially 4 armies,
Four armies
on
on the
your
table.
side.
That's pretty
Awesome.
Your opponent can potentially have 4 armies on their side. You'd have 8 armies on the table.
And they're
That'd be-
all Space Marines.
cool.
yes.
Those games aren't going to finish.
Yeah.
How many hours?
I don't know.
3
It's
hours a game.
2,500 points.
2,500 points
With
Yeah.
2 people.
with two
two
people
people.
on a side.
Yeah. They're not gonna. It's gonna
Those
start.
games better have 4 hours each.
Yeah, they're not gonna
At
finish
least
long.
3.
They're gonna finish long, so long.
That's when you do an Alpha Strike army, just so you can get done.
Just
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna try to hit you with everything I got first turn. Whatever's left over, I'm hoping I can mop it up on
Deep
turn 2.
striking with barraging.
Yeah, that kind of format is when you go like Tau Space Marines for Stern Guard and broadsides.
Yeah.
Just be like, I just can kill all your shit right now.
Or
Yeah.
demons and demons, just for demons. And Fate Weaver.
Wow, 2 Fate Weavers on the table. And that would be the most obnoxious thing in the whole fucking
Yeah.
world.
You can have 2 special characters on your side of the same. You
Yeah.
could have 2 Gaz.
It's
Oh my
too
God.
armorless.
2 separate
That would be
armies.
so
2 Gaz,
stupid.
2 Fate
Yeah,
Weaver.
two
What do you
dub-
say?
Awesome.
2 Gaz.army.
2 Gaz,
Oh
2
my
Fate
gosh.
Weavers.
Yeah.
You mean you get double gas wall, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
only
but
affects
it
your
doesn't
only.
affect
It only
your
affects your
teammates'
army.
It affects your
that's
army.
true.
But you can still double
Still.
wah on like turn 2.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, look, we're both wahing.
Wow.
Extra wah. For those people who did not need another one, they need extra wah. And for everybody that doesn't know, for Magic the Gathering, pre-release is actually this coming weekend on the 29th.
For Return to Ravnica.
Return to Ravnica, and the release event
is-
October 6th.
Yep, next week.
So Game Empire is going to be pretty busy, since I'm pretty sure they're going to have their release event, and if they're having their 1850 tournament, that's going to be fun.
That'll be fun.
Oh,
runs.
that's gonna be a
But
cramped
if they
store.
do what they did for like a bunch of the other release tournaments, they're probably going to be renting some rooms out at Players for the Magic players.
Smart.
Oh wait, they're gonna do Magic and the 40K tournament on the
thought
same
the-
day.
I'm gonna talk to Bob about that one today or
It's
tomorrow,
worrisome.
because that sometimes doesn't get communicated between the Magic group and the 40K group.
I say take 40K over to Players.
Yeah, that's good. Let's do that.
That way I can have a beer while we play.
Yeah, so it's like
Eat
it's
some
whatever.
onions.
Some chicken wings.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Dude, chicken wings, pizza, barbecue bacon burger.
Oh, I
Dude,
like this
if-
plan.
If
Let's
this is
do it.
happening, I'm totally gonna do this.
I'll
Yes.
play in this tournament if we're gonna play at a bar.
All right, I'll text Bob too.
Yeah, text Bob and be like, hey, if they rent the rooms out for players, put the 40K players in there.
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
We'll play on the pool tables.
I'll help.
We'll help.
Pool
I'll help
tables,
move
they're
terrain
already
over.
green.
Yeah, they're already green. We just have to bring
They're
some
not the
terrain.
right size, which would be great for orcs because then I'll be across the board quicker. But
Well,
bad for a turtling army.
Well, what would happen is you'd have to compensate with the with how much deployment zone you get, because you need to maintain the 24-inch distance from the deployment zones.
You wouldn't be able to fit a land raider in your back line then.
Sideways
You could do it
you
sideways,
would.
I guess.
Yeah.
But like a vendetta wouldn't be able to be on the board.
Well, that's,
well,
well, how's
they
it
don't
gonna
get-
get
they don't
start
get
on the
deployed.
I
board?
mean,
Yeah.
you could be nice and just say that you can have it hang off because you're playing on a smaller table.
Just do all of them hammer and anvil.
I mean, frankly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hammer
Dead.
and
Hammer
anvil.
Hammer
and
and
sliced
anvil.
one. No
Yeah.
Dawn of Wars.
No Dawn of Wars. We're playing it.
Well, actually, how many they have a bunch of toppers there.
Yeah.
Didn't they just get
Probably
more?
just take the 40K boards
And
down
just
to
get all the-
players.
no, but well,
Lug
you
all the toppers
you
down
really
there?
you should
Yeah.
have something to cover the pool table at least.
Yeah, because you don't want to damage the pool table.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
I mean,
so they could put the
from a
topper-
guy that played pool for a while, too, I get really irritated at people that just doesn't take care of the pool tables.
Yeah.
Just put all the toppers on them.
Yeah.
But that would be a.
How are you
that would be
supposed to geometry if there are bumps?
Yeah. I mean, you got to play around it and stuff like that, too. But, like, if pool table is, like, all scratched up and, like, things like that, you just, like, there's no point playing on it.
I wonder how many toppers they have. I'm gonna swing by today and see.
I'm probably going to swing by later today, too.
Frankly, I wouldn't mind playing on the table because that's how I got started. Was when I was playing Warhammer when I
On
started
kitchen
out.
tables?
No, I was playing on a pool table. It was a nice purple pool table.
Hey.
Wow.
Then we're gonna
Nice.
throw
Super
you're gonna
nostalgic.
roll your dice down one of the
Yeah.
holes.
You're just like,
I lost my first scatter die that
6
way.
die. Side pocket.
Didn't? Oh
Yeah.
wow.
All right, so those are the announcements for this month. I have no last-minute words, just that Necrons are cool. It's glad to be back in the game. So,
My only regret is that after talking about Chaos, we will then talk about Dark Angels.
more
But
3 up armor saves.
But Ravenwing, bikes.
Yeah,
That's what I have to say. Bikes.
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 I hope Ravenwing gets kick-ass, because
Yep.
I have the Master of the Ravenwing on his little land speeder.
Oh,
I-
Gabriel.
Yeah, I only have that model.
Or
I
no,
don't have-
Belial.
No, Belial's the,
Deathwing
Deathwing.
one, yeah.
yeah,
Any last words, Mr. Johnson?
Mr. Johnson.
Where's Danny?
Well, at this
That is a good question, and when we figure that out, we'll
He
let
doesn't
you know.
respect the game. Is that what you guys are saying? He doesn't show up for the podcast.
Not
Well-
in the last month. He hasn't.
Yeah. Well, I figure he needs to get his own stuff together first before he starts doing other endeavors. So
True.
worry about yourself first before you start doing stuff with the group. So
Yeah.
whatever you do, Nanny, just make sure it makes you happy.
Get her done.
Get her done.
Get her done.
And with that, we're going to close. So
Stay classy, San Diego.
we'll see you guys next time.